Hey everyone, I hope you all doing great. It's Ivan Delgado here, co-founder at CoinLive. As I was writing up my daily recap for the crypto markets, I noticed an aspect that I wanted to bring to your attention. So hopefully it pays off in some type of informational, valuable kind of input that I'm providing you here. So what we're looking here is the dominant chart. As you know, it represents how much share of the total investment in capital that has been allocated in the crypto space is been, how it's distributed. So Bitcoin has been rising ever since the market crash in December from around the 30% level all the way to 45% or so. Now, we have different lines here representing Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and so forth from the top crypto assets by market capitalization. Now, the line that I want to bring to your attention is others, okay? So let me select it again. There it is. It's in white, okay? And what this is telling us is it gives us a kind of global picture of the altcoins and how they are performing, how much capital is being distributed into this smaller in cap market assets. Now, ever since we've seen the rise in Bitcoin, we've been in a very steady downtrend in the altcoins complex, as you will notice. However, on Sunday we learned that the G20 is not going to regulate for the time being. They will in the future once they can have a more kind of a coordinated approach to it. But for the time being, and that could be a few months up until June or July, they're not going to be regulating, and that has prompted some short-term, turn of sentiment for the better. And you will notice that this white line, kind of a visual imaginary trend line that we might draw visually, has been broken. And what that means is that the market is clearly starting to allocate more capital into other altcoins that before were completely abandoned, perceived as too risky, as Bitcoin dominance was rising consistently. Now, I also want to point out not just this factor alone, but the fact that it really matches an increasing volume that we've seen on March the 19th when the decision was made. So you will notice here on the total market capitalization, this big boost in volumes, which has been now gradually reduced ever since we saw this spike in the volumes. But it is very noticeable that we have new committed players, buyers that have come into the market and are starting to be interested to buy the dips and take the price of Bitcoin and total market capitalization to potentially new highs. So what I'm trying to say here is that we have the combination of the alt complex white line breaking through, something that we haven't seen, remember, we haven't seen since mid-late January. And on top of that, we have an increase in volumes. Why do I want to point out the volumes? Because volumes are critical. Without the volumes, without the commitment and the increase in the number of transactions to take the price up, eventually the demand is going to dry up, and that's going to cause a withdrawal of liquidity, and prices will come back down. However, if we have an increasing number of players that want to engage in a certain asset, then you have that kind of like more powerful component that will support dips, because people will start to perceive that there is value to take the prices higher. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is that there is a potentially the prospects of more weeks of diversification into other altcoins, and that is also being translated. If we come into the crypto market cap dashboard here on coinmarketcap.com, you'll notice that in terms of the percentage change for Thursday, the top performance are starting to be, the majority of them, assets that are way far from the top crypto assets by market capitalization. You'll notice here Verisatium was the top performer on Thursday, and it's ranked at 53.97 28, 82, 98, 54, 95, 49. Notice the pattern here. This is what I'm trying, here's where I'm trying to connect the dots to my initial explanation. We are seeing the market starting to diversify away from the typical top crypto assets. And that is a sign that optimism and the positive sentiment, it's starting to re-emerge again. Okay, so notice this pattern, take note of it for your daily intraday trading decisions, and if you're a researcher or a more kind of like long-term player, also notice what are the prospects of your favorite picks rising in value based on the current valuation. Are they still very cheap? And the majority of people probably would agree that if they do have a certain interest for a currency, for a crypto asset that has been dumped, they will recognize the value of this video. This video is telling you it might be now a wise time to start looking into a more long-lasting, sustainable rebound. And I'm not trying to say that this is going to be a new rally resembling what we saw back in December. What I'm saying is that keep an eye on these patterns, because it might give us a few weeks of positive results in the crypto space. So that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to put out to you in terms of an idea that I've noticed over the past few days, ever since Sunday. And I hope that you find value. If you do, please subscribe to our channel. Now we have also a Slack room, so please join us, and we'll be discussing all these topics day in and day out. Thank you, and see you soon.